everybody. This is Dear Mama Sal, and we are live on a Friday evening, which means that it is smile time. For those of you who are new to the broadcast, welcome. We always love having new people come visit us. Feel free to chit chat along with us if you would like to, and just know that because I may not know your name, I will probably check with you before I repeat things that you say. The other thing is, if you're watching on the replay, feel free to leave comments and let me know what sort of topics you'd like me to cover. I always love that. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, which I believe is over there somewhere. And there's a bell somewhere. If you click on the bell, it will keep you informed. Hi, Jonas, and hi, Jody. It'll keep you informed as to when I'm about to go live, and make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter, because those are the two places I will put up advance warning. I normally try and give about 35 minutes warning. You'll be able to join us for the full broadcast tonight. That's great, Jonas. I hope that it makes you smile a little. Tonight we're going to be doing road signs and signs seen on businesses and any other signs. But what I looked for were ones that were funny. And I'm hoping that you will find them. Hi, Isabel. You need help for something. Okay, very quickly. Let me see if it's a quick reply. If it takes a bit of time, I may do it at the end or later. Yeah, it's really great to see you. So, Isabel, I thank you so much for your input for the broadcast that we did at lunchtime. I really appreciated that. And we did give you some ideas about those water bottles that you were talking about. So, all right. I'm just going to wait for Isabel to let me know what it is in case it's something that's really critical, in which case we will handle it as quickly as we can. It's a pleasure, sweetie. Just let us know. All right, let me start, Isabel, and then as soon as you've typed what the issue is, we'll address it as best we can. So, how do you like a sign called 40 Winks? And it was the name of an inn. I thought that was so cute that they would name the inn 40 Winks. I thought that was really great. Or how about Great Cod Almighty for a fish and chip shop? Yeah, awesome. Actually, let me go back a page here. Just hold on 1 second, because I think this is not the first page that I had. Or maybe it was. All right, just bear with me a second. All right, just bear with me. I clicked the wrong thing as usual, which always frustrates me when I do that. All right, so yeah, I think that too. Well, Jonas, it's always a pleasure to see you. Isabel, I'm still waiting, so type away, honey. All right. Keep using my name in vain. I'll rush. It'll make rush hour longer. Signed by God. It was a sign on a church sign. All right, so I don't know about you. Hi there, Nyasha. Okay, let us know what's going on, and I'll decide whether I can talk about it during the broadcast or later. All right, so this one was a sign. It was actually buttons on a desk, a control panel desk in Japan, and the one said bed, the other said smallpox, the other said mirror, and the other said floor. I don't think it meant to say smallpox somehow. And then, of course, hi there, Sharon. And then, of course, the famous one, be nice to your children. They'll be the ones picking your nursing home. It's a bumper sticker. which I've seen it many times and I love it every time. Okay. Now this is on a bottle of bathtub cleaner, and you know that it was translated from another language because it said, "For best results, start with a clean bathtub before use." Hi, Pat. Good to see you, honey. How many of you going, yeah, but if I had a clean bathtub, would I be using this product? No. Right, and then in a liquor store or a bottle store or whatever you call a place where you buy drink in your country, and the sign said, "We ID everybody under 130." This was an instruction on a bottle of pills. It said, take one capsule by mouth 3 times daily until gone. Was that you are gone or the pills are? Now this next one, forgive me, but this next one was on a cup of takeout coffee. And it said, allow to cool before applying to groin area. Seriously? Again, missed in translation, I think. All right. This was a sign seen at Disneyland, and you understand that that is relevant. It says body part storage box with lid. I don't know why that amused me, but it did. On a dumpster, there was a sign that read, no trees or branches, wood only. Do you think we should tell that person that trees and branches are wood? They're just little wood? Okay, now this one is very, I think the word is droll. It was a sign that read, read and write. And it was an antiquarian book center formed by Roger Reed and Marcia Wright. Don't you think that's cute? I just thought for a book thing to be called Read and Write is, I don't know, that really amused me. Yeah, I loved it too. Okay, sometimes you got to wonder where these people are. This was a sign in the battery compartment of a fire alarm under where the battery should have been. And it read, warning, battery has been removed. What's the point of having a fire alarm if the battery's been removed? Oh, Lordy. Duh, you think? Now, you all know what a laser pointer is, right? This is a sign on a laser pointer. Do not look into laser with your remaining eye. Church signs are always great. I think there are some great comedians who work on the church signs. I don't know about the rest of you, but this one is "Come work for the Lord. The work is hard, the hours are long, and the pay is low. But the retirement benefits are out of this world." you know, gotta love it. And this was this was a label. This was this was a label on a chainsaw. On a chainsaw, yeah, brrrr, yeah, for cutting down trees. Chainsaw. Danger! Do not hold the wrong end of chainsaw. You think maybe that's a good idea? All right. This was a sign. I'm not sure why. I would probably imagine at a store or yeah, I would think probably a store or a hotel. Maybe it says, "Please use revolving door because it cost us a lot of money." um, Now, this next one, you got to think about this a bit. It says, "If you cannot read, this leaflet will tell you how to get lessons." Mm, if you cannot read, what's the point of the leaflet? Okay, maybe I missed something there. Okay. Okay, when you have a blocked ear. All right, so do you know? All right, so I'm gonna. Okay, for me to read this out loud, Isabel. Just let me know. Okay, so Isabel's saying, "I'm freaking out. For what I need is a trick. If someone went through this, I have a blocked ear, and it makes me scared and miserable until I see a doctor." All right, allowing for the fact this is now at the weekend. They say put 3 drops of olive oil. You're scared it will block it even more. Okay, what do you think is blocking it, Isabel? Do you think it's wax, maybe? Or, why have can you get somebody to look in your ear to see if there's anything that they can see? Quite honestly, the olive oil is a really good idea. I'm certain a lot of people have used that with their children because what it does is it'll help lubricate the ear and float out whatever's there. So you just literally, put some olive oil in and then. So your problem. Okay, here we go, Isabel. All right, now we understand. Okay, so we're back between the difference between emotion and reality. So, hi there, Crystal. So you don't want to put the oil in your ear because you think it's wax and it could be disgusting. So let me see if I got this right. You would rather suffer with that than get rid of it, right? Because disgusting. The disgusting is an interesting thing because really, this is like I don't want to fix it because it's disgusting. Well, I would say, let's get real. It needs something in there to help lubricate it, right? So get rid of what your fear is, okay? Your fear is here, okay? Get rid of the fear and do something. Now, before you do, what I feel is disgusting. Like if my eardrum is not in the right place. Oh, you're scared that the oil will run into your brain. That's interesting, isn't it? Okay, so tell me what the fear is. You know, I made a guess there. So tell me, if your eardrum is not in the right place, what is your fear? Other than that, which means that what? You're scared the oil won't come back out again. All right. So have you seen have you seen a picture of an eardrum? I guess the question is, do you have a perforated eardrum? You've got an earring in there? All right. Now just bear with Isabel because she's okay. So it sounds to me like you may want to go to a walk-in clinic. If your concern is that severe, you know, I'd go to a walk-in clinic and let them. But quite honestly, most people who've got a wax problem, has anybody had it? Anybody that is online at the moment? Any of you had children with a wax problem in their ears? Yeah, she's scared that her hearing won't come back. Yeah. Thank you, Jody. But you know something? Um, okay, thank you, Isabel, and thanks, Jody, for helping me there. So think about it. You know, is that a real thing? Right? You know, by the way, my hearing is not going to come back. I have reason to be fearful. You know, I've lost over half, maybe nearly 3/4 of my hearing, and it's not coming back. So, you know, that's a real fear. At your age, you've probably just got a wax thing. By the way, Isabel, I think you'll find that most pharmacies would help you with that. I could be wrong, but I think if you walked into a pharmacy or chemist, depending what country you're in, if you walked into a pharmacy and said, I've got, I think I got wax in my ear. Can anybody help me? They'll probably do something to help you. All right. So to me, it's about the old story. Yeah, you know, it's disgusting and it's scary and it's all those things. But you know, you got a choice: stay and worry about it, or get real and do something about it. So that is your choice, honey. And you know, it's not, you know, it's not going to be gross. Okay, you have to have an appointment with the nurse. Okay, make the appointment. Or go to a walk-in clinic. You're in Quebec, you must have walk-in clinics there. Go to a walk-in clinic and have them do it for you. Or you can go to the pharmacy, get the kit, you know, and get somebody to help you with it. But you know, your fear, I think, is, you know, it's justified. There's not, you know, we all have reasons for our fear. Who told you? Would I put olive oil in there? Probably. I can't say definitely. Especially at my age. But not because I have fear of it not coming out again. I kind of, you know, I just wonder if anybody's ever done it with olive oil. Um, I've done it, and I've helped somebody else do it. Somebody else literally went to sleep and a bug crawled in their ear. I assure you, I put olive oil in their ear in a hurry. All right, so Pat says yes. Okay, Pat, Want to talk her through this so that she doesn't feel so scared? Yeah, I would have thought olive oil was the best because it'll help whatever it is slide out again. So you literally just put it in and then, just tilt your head the other way again, Pat? Right, that's what I thought. There is a kit you can buy. Um, any kind of olive oil. Okay. Doesn't matter whether it's virgin olive oil or your regular stuff, right? Um, all right. Any kind of oil will help because it will loosen it. Jody's saying there are kits. Yes, they have a liquid solution and also a rubber bulb type thing that helps suck the wax out. So, Isabel, do you think that's something? Have you got anybody there with you that can help you? Because the good news is, if you've got somebody there that can help you, you won't have to see it, right? Even cooking oil. All right, that's what I would have thought. Just canola oil will do it as well. Doesn't have to be, your best virgin olive oil. What you're looking for, I wouldn't use motor oil. No. I would use, safe for cooking type oil. All right, Isabel. By the way, Isabel, I understand why you'd be a bit scared of that. But, I haven't done it on myself, but I did do it on somebody else who had a bug climb in their ear. I am sure. Good point, Jody. Isabel, have you checked YouTube? Because there are bound to be videos about it, how to do it and what to be careful of and anything else. Okay, why don't you check out a couple and see if it makes you feel a bit more brave? So what I want to know, is there anybody there that can help you? That's what I want to know, because sometimes this is easier to do when you've got a friend with you or a family member. Yeah, olive oil is fine, honey. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. And in the meantime, Nyasha, if you want to put up your problem, then I'll see whether it's something we can handle quickly. Yes, I agree with you, Pat, that you actually doing it with olive oil is a lot, it's not painful than having your ears syringed out by a doctor or something. So, you might want to try that first, is what the thought is. Do not stick anything into your ear, all right? All right, olive oil is perfectly safe, yeah. And baby oil would probably be safe as well if you happen to have any of that. All right, now this was a label. This was this was a label on a liquid plumber. That's one of those Drano type things, type bottle, and it said, "Warning: do not reuse the bottle to store beverages." How many of you you think? And the next is a this was a sign, one of those signs of, when you drive through a town, sometimes they've got one of those banner signs, and it says, "Our community effort is to increase literacy." The only thing was they spelt it incorrectly. How many of you would probably, crash your car if you saw that? Um, my question is, would you buy this product? First alert smoke alarm with silence feature. Hi, Nana. Good to see you. We're laughing at different signs on products and anything, any signs coming from all sorts of different tastes. This was this was this was in a cafeteria, and it said swift and courteous self-service. Go work that one out. All right. Oh, Jody, could you make a note so that I put that up, please? Prayers and positive vibes for your dad who's having heart problems, for Sharon, right? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And by the way, Jody, I need to put up some thoughts and prayers for Lauren as well, if she hasn't gone today. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. This was a sign on a golf driving range, and it said drink and drive driving range. Free balls with every drink. What is gone? What's gone, Nana? I thought this one was cute. It's called Legal Grounds Coffee House. It's the name of a shop next door to a law office. So Legal Grounds. Like legal grounds for divorce or legal grounds for whatever. Thought that was very clever. no, not gone. No. She just has she was meant to go visit somebody who is in hospital, and she couldn't go today because she got sick. So I just want to put up thoughts and prayers because it might be her only opportunity to see that person. And I just want to make sure I put thoughts and prayers up for her. All right. So this was a road sign, and it said, all right, somebody help me with understanding this one. It said lane closed to ease congestion. Go figure that one. I couldn't. Yes, whether she had gone to the hospital or not. Yes. All right. That's why I use the word gone. So, all right, got it. Thank you, Nana. So the next one is, I thought this was a really cute name for a window treatment company in Missouri. And it said, Love is Blinds. Now then, this was a sign on the side of a building, and it said, in case of emergency in this building, please call 301-241 extension 1050 and leave a message. In case of an emergency, leave a message. And I will get back to you when we can. Yeah, I love some of these, cute names as well. I think some people must have a lot of fun. Above a actually, no, it was the name of a hairdressing salon in Houston, Texas. Tease me, please me. Obviously, they're from the 50s or 60s. Now then, this one. All right. This was on a dessert pudding type package, and it said, warning, product will be hot after heating. You think? This was a sign in a Japanese park that had been translated, and it said, keep Japan green. Don't burn the fire chief. Maybe it should have had don't burn, stop, signed by the fire chief. Okay. All right. So this was inside a fortune cookie. And how many of you are going, yeah, I should have received this one? It said, the greatest danger could be your stupidity. Imagine if you opened that up in a fortune cookie. It was like, yeah, right. How many of you know that airline pilots have a checklist that they go through? And this was in an airplane cockpit on the co-pilot side, and it said, co-pilot checklist. 1, don't touch anything. 2, keep your mouth shut. Nyasha, I want to know if there's more to that story you're trying to tell me before I start on it. Okay. Now the next one is this was like, really? This was a large banner outside a building, and it said, hiring now, right now. We're hiring now. This was at a bar, and it said, if your cup runneth over, let someone else runneth the car. That's true, right? You know Puma shoes? On the outside of the box, it said, average contents 2. Really? Do you normally put in more than 2? To be average contents 2? Or some only have 1 in them? Another road sign translated in Japan read, stop, drive sideways. It was for a detour. No, it's okay. It's okay. Just carry on whenever you're ready. This was on a fence outside a company, and it said, salesman, welcome. Dog food is expensive. I would think, watchman, welcome. Dog food is expensive, but never mind. That's what it said. This one was at a Budapest zoo. And it said, please do not feed the animals. If you have any suitable food, give it to the guard on duty. I think they mean so they can decide whether to give it to the animals or not. This was on a food and drink thing, and it said the instructions on a package for a muffin at a 7-Eleven said, remove wrapper, open mouth, insert muffin, eat. This one is really cute. Somebody deserves a little prize on this one. This was at an exterminator's office, and there was a sign that said, "We make mouse calls." Right, this was on a street sign. There's a street, one of those street poles, and it said, I dropped a pair of scissors behind my stove, but my arms are too big to reach them. If you have a child with slim arms, meet me here at 4 p.m. on Tuesday. I will take him to my house and see if his arms will fit behind my stove. Bring fireproof gloves, and a light snack. Can you believe it? This was a caution. Okay, so you wanted your cousin to order something online for you? All right. You know, Niasha, this is quite a long one. Why don't you write that to me at DearMamaSal.com, and I will answer it later on for you. Are you pretty much under control now? No problem, Sharon. Yeah, it's always good to see you. All right, so this one was outside a gift shop, and it said, live artificial trees. You know, okay, so this was a street warning sign, and it said, old dogs, young dogs, several stupid dogs, please drive slowly. How many of you, if you drove down the street and saw a sign on the side of the street that said that, I think you'd probably know a lot about that neighborhood. Ah, okay. So Niyasha, you got triggered by physically challenged, right? All right, honey. You know, it's just she knows that upsets you. That's why she uses it. And I would just just let it go. Yeah, it's just like really. You know what we do, Nasha? It's like mum gets 1 point and you get 0. It's like me. I was telling at lunchtime that, I lost my temper this week on something. And so life got 1 point and I got 0 on that one. Keep working towards just ignoring it. Yeah. But you can always write to me and I'll help you, on Messenger or whatever, Nyasha. It's a pretty serious situation for the Friday Fun broadcast. All right. So, yes, she does talk down to you. She's not going to stop, Nyasha. All right. You keep hoping she's going to stop. All right. And she's not going to. Because that's always worked for her, right? She's a control person, and it's always worked for her, so she will continue to talk down to you. And your job is to learn how to not react to it. And you can stand it. Yes, you can. The trick is, right. Nyasha is asking, is ordering anything online too much for somebody who's just had a baby? Right. Because you haven't had a baby, you probably wouldn't understand that. But somebody who's just had a baby, they're not getting enough sleep. They've got 1,001 things they've got to do. They don't know how to do half of them. It is a terribly stressful time, Nyasha. So if there's somebody else who can order it for you, I'd probably go to somebody else. All right. Yet again, the problem that your mom had was she didn't explain to you why that is not a good idea, right? She just says because she just had a baby. If you've been around people who've just had babies, it's a very difficult time. All right, for the for the first few months, it is pretty chaotic. So I can see your mom's point of view, why she would say, "Don't ask her." All right, so Nyasha, just bear with you. You're saying it's like a backlash. Always saying the boss was right to call you that. What kind of mum does that? One that really doesn't understand what she's saying. Nyasha, I need you to have sadness for your mum. Right? I need you to have sadness for her. I need you to, understand that she doesn't hear what she's doing. You're doing great, Nyasha. You just keep talking about it and keep understanding it a little bit more. All right. So, we'll be here for you. Okay. Feel free. Yeah. Message me and I'll deal with it later on tonight. This was a sign. And by the way, if you have messaged me, I haven't had a chance to read my messages. So forgive me if you have already done that. This was a sign. Oh, what happened? Sorry. This was sign on a music library door, and it said Bach in a moment, in a minute. Actually, Bach in the minuet. Even funnier. Bach as in BACH, and then minuet as opposed to minute. Very clever, people. How many of you like that one? I know, that was really smart. Or, no, you're not that strong yet, Nyasha, but you will be. Right? You're doing great. Just one step at a time. Keep feeling it, keep talking about it so we can walk you through it. One day you're just going to go, really? That it's like, how many times are you going to say that? And do you have any idea the damage that you do when you say that? But at the moment, just you're working on you. This was a sign on a computer door. a computer store door, and it said, "Out for a quick bite, BYTE." It's on a kebab restaurant door. And it was called. Oh. Just so you know, there's been a transmission glitch here, so you might feel at your end. It's not easy. No, Niasha, it's not easy. We know that. We've got our version. This was on a kebab restaurant door, and it was called Cabra Kebabra. I thought that was cute. And this was in a counselor's office, and it said, "Growing old is mandatory. Growing wise is optional." How many of you feel you are becoming more wise? This was in another fortune cookie, and it said, "A conclusion is simply the place where you got tired of thinking." Yeah, I want to tell you something that, Sharon's saying, "I want to know what somebody did to cause these labels and warnings." You'll be surprised how many, how about, can you remember when they first brought out the microwave? How many people put their poodles in there to dry them off? They didn't come out alive, but that's what they did. And that's why they had to have so many warning labels on microwaves, because, people didn't understand how they worked. If just imagine putting your, never mind. All right. Nyasha, we all agree with you. All right. We all agree that you have, that you would like your mom to treat you better. All right. I quite honestly, if she's lived with you for 37 years, or you've lived with her for 37 years, and she still treats you like that, she is going to continue. The one who has to change, perhaps, is you. All right. What? All right. So Nana's saying you were asked to spend the day carrying a 50-pound bag. How you would be tired, right? Carrying all those insults and making you tired. Ignore them. Try praying for your mom instead. Yes, I agree, Nana. I don't think mom is going to change. I think she's too old to change, and she has no wish to. Um, pray for her and pray that she learns to understand what she is doing. Yeah. Again, on a fortune cookie, inside a fortune cookie, flattery will go far tonight. Yes, Nana, don't you? That really is a sign that maybe Nyasha can put inside a book or something where she can look at it regularly, right? Let the drama go and pray. All right? Let the drama go. It's her drama, not yours. Did you fight back, or did you just let her do her thing? You know, one of the best ways to stop it, quite honestly, is not to react to it, because that's what she likes to see, I think, is to see you react. And this is another church with a sense of humor. Had a notice on the bill, on the sign outside, and it said "Stolen Bible Amnesty Day." Okay. So sometimes car manufacturers have some pretty interesting ads for them. And this one was in the small print on running at the bottom of a commercial that showed a car in the ocean. And it actually said on the small print, "Do not drive this car in the ocean." This was a sign in a shop, and it said, "Unattended children will be given an espresso, some candy, and a free puppy." Now that's smart, right? Very clever. On the dock at Juneau in Alaska, there was a sign that said, "Safety ladder, climb at your own risk." On a portable stroller. Now, Sharon, you got to ask yourself what happened that they had to put this warning on. For a portable stroller, it said, "Caution, remove infant before folding for storage." How many of you got that visual in your mind? Niesha, you can keep getting upset. All right. I understand that you feel that she should stand up for you. I understand that. But she's not going to. All right? You hear me say quite often, and I would like Brad Pitt to come visit me, but he's not going to. And sometimes, what we wish for isn't possible. Do you have the serenity prayer anywhere, Nyasha? Do you know what it is? Let me know if you know what the serenity prayer is. And if you don't know, Jody, could you please make sure I sent her a copy? This was a sign. This was a sign somewhere, and it said, "Soccer is not allowed. Soccer may only be played in the archery range." How many of you got that visual? This one is for Sharon. Are you ready, Sharon? Take a deep breath. This was on some pepper spray, Sharon. Caution, never aim the spray at your own eyes. This was this was a sign in a church, and it said Thursday night potluck supper, prayer and meditation to follow. Oh, sorry, prayer and medication to follow. Yeah, but you see, what she does is she keeps pushing you until you react. I do understand. I understand how hurtful it is, and I understand that that it shouldn't happen, but it is happening, and you're not going to change her. But what happens is she keeps pushing you until you fight her back. I don't know how this ends, but it can't be pretty. I would really love you to say, Mum, I hear you calling me names and I hear you insulting me. I choose not to respond to it. You know, if you ever can do that quietly and without calling her names, you will have come a long way. I hear you insulting me and calling me horrid names, and I choose not to respond to it. So I wouldn't want to be in your situation, Niasha. I don't mind telling you. All right. And you know, my heart breaks for you, honey. But it is what it is. This was at an animal park. It said, beware of falling deer. Leopards conceal their unfinished food in the tops of trees. Now, how many of you can imagine going to an animal park and suddenly a deer drops down on top of you? All right. Niasha, you finally gave up and ignored her. All right. And I think it is okay. Yeah, the serenity prayer. You need to remember to read that regularly because you know you just have to. I think it's okay for you to say, Mom, I don't know if you hear that you are shouting at me, which means you're out of control. You are calling me names repeatedly, and you are obviously very upset. Yeah. Okay, Niasha. So we'll send it to you so that you can read it. All right. Okay. There was a sign inside a women's restroom and it said, "You're too good for him." Interesting. This was on a box of spaghetti. £1 box, and it said 3 for 99 cents. Must buy 4. Or how about the sign that said, ice is currently not available due to freezing temperatures? Well, I understand that, Nyasha. So between your mom and your dad, you're between a rock and a hard place, right? And so, but this is like, it is a fact that she's screaming at you, and you just go, Mom, you know, can we talk about this when you've calmed down a bit? You sound really angry, and that's scaring me a little bit. I, um, and if your daddy doesn't thinks it's okay for your mum to scream at you, um, I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I think we all would agree that screaming at somebody doesn't get you very far. How many of you relate to this one? Wrinkled was not one of those things I wanted to be when I grew up. All right. Nyasha, I think you've got the general idea, honey. Yeah, feel free to write to me. But you're not going to change this, right? You're not going to change her behavior. That is the point I'm trying to make. All right. She is, I don't know how old she is, but I presume that she's, well into her 50s or even 60s. And, she is, if she hasn't learned by now, she's not going to. And I just need you to get that. Once you understand that, I don't think it's going to change. But you do have the right to ask her to stop shouting at you, in my view. Can we talk about this? The main thing is, though, I think that she gets scared. She sees you doing things that scare her in some way. And obviously, she doesn't understand the difference between a physical disability and a mental one, because she calls everything a physical disability. That's a nice one, Nana. Again, how about counting your blessings, not your problems? Nyasha, honey, we understand. Okay? But we can't spend time with your mom or your daddy trying to fix them and make them different. And, it's not going to change. And so if they're saying stop being disrespectful and you don't feel that you're being disrespectful, then you can say, I'm sorry, what was it that I said that you thought was disrespectful so I can understand? You know, you need, that would be something. This was a sign, this was a sign along a road and it said, caution, no warning signs. And this was a sign at an intersection. It says stop, four-way, stop, 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 please. This one I think was really great, again from a church sign, and it said, let's meet at my house on Sunday before the game. Signed, God. Don't you think that's cute? Let's meet at my house on Sunday before the game. Signed, God. I thought it was really cute. This was in an Acapulco hotel. The sign read, the manager has personally passed all the water served here. Sharon? And Sharon, another one for you. It was on the bottom of a box of Tesco's tiramisu dessert, and it said, do not turn upside down. Wonder how many people did. A sign at a used car lot. Second-hand cars in first crash condition. Oh, Sharon? Sharon. Are you ready, Sharon? Take a deep breath. The sign in an aquarium read, please don't flash the octopus. And how many of you can relate to this? It was a bumper sticker and it said, I don't suffer from insanity. I enjoy every minute of it. There was a sign on a door and it said, if the door doesn't open, do not enter. Another bumper sticker that said, change is inevitable, except from a vending machine. Can you believe that there actually was a tax accountant in San Francisco and his name was I.M. Wong? I'm Wong. Okay, this was on a plumbing van in the Cincinnati area, and it was a flush beats a full house. Now this one was above a restroom sink, and it said, "Caution, cold water may sometimes be hot." All right, and this one is one of those cute ones for a company. This was in a maternity clothes store. "We are open on Labor Day." I thought that was nice. This was this was at a restaurant in China. Let me see if I can read this and try not to laugh too much. "Zapata's Mexican Cantino does not sponsor prostitutes at our establishment. If you are a prostitute, please refrain from entering our garden or restaurant. If you are unsure whether or not you are a prostitute, please ask one of our friendly security guards to sort it out for you. Thanks." Boy, that's polite. Or how about this one? This is outside an antique store, and this was in Asheville, North Carolina, and it's called the Den of Antiquity. Clever. Now in England, and I'm not sure in other parts of the world, but they will have a bar, and some of it's for a public side, and the other isn't. And it said, this is a notice, and it says, "Notice public bar. A public bar is presently not open because it's closed." Okay, really? This is at the entrance of some caves. There was a sign that read, "The very dark caves." It's almost like being blind. And a sign that read, "Beer is now cheaper than gas. Drink, don't drive." Or the bumper sticker that read, "Jesus loves you, but everybody else thinks you're a jerk." um, all right, this one. All right, this one's another one for Sharon. Sharon. This is on a blanket that came from Taiwan. Written on this blanket was, on the instructions, not to be used as protection from tornado. Really? A blanket? Or outside the Harvey Park Christian Church, it had disciples of Chris. They forgot the T. An instruction on an espresso kettle or machine. It said the appliance is switched on by setting the on-off switch to the on position. And I have read many of those. I got to tell you something. How about this is another one of those, in a store. It said children left unattended will be towed at the parents' expense. Now, this is a good one in the middle of an argument. One of us, or perhaps both of us, may be correct. I found that's a really good thing to say in the middle of an argument. I hear you, and you could be right. And inside I'm going, but I know you're not. But, it's just, you really, you could be right on that. It's amazing how it stops an argument. This was a translation. Cars will not have intercourse in this bridge. This was in an office. There's a notice that somebody put up. It said, "For your information, to whoever stole my water bottle, it had my estrogen supplements in it. Have fun with it." Or at a club where it said members and non-members only. Who else is that? Now, this is somewhat cute. Hi, Nada. Oh, so pleased. Actually, Nada, you won't believe it. Actually, I can prove it. Nada, I can actually prove something to you. Hang on. I'm so glad you're here because you are actually. Hang on, let me see if I can do that. Huh. Wait a minute. Can I get it? There we go. Just need to take a picture. Hold on a second, Nada. Look at what is the top of my list today after the broadcast. Hang on. Let me see if I can get it up here. Okay. Can you see that? Can you read it? Yeah, that's special. So, how are you doing, honey? I've been thinking about you quite a bit. How are you doing? I'm glad that it made you feel full of love and warm. Good, because that's how we like you to feel. You're so, which is better than worse than that. So be grateful for small mercies, right? Thank you for popping in. I appreciate that. This was outside a church, and it says, if you don't like the way you were born, try being born again. You know something, Nada? You'll be surprised how many times I think of you. By the way, for those of you who missed the lunchtime broadcast, I just need to say this. For those of you who might not have seen it, we did a follow-up on the reuse, recycle, reuse, reduce, reuse, recycle. We did a follow-up on that, and we had some great ideas and great solutions for people. So just, make sure that you check that out if you get a chance. Outside the church, I love the church signs. They were always such fun. This one says, "Dusty Bibles lead to dirty lives." And outside the church, this one said, "Aspire to inspire before you expire." Aspire to inspire before you expire. Yes, see you Sunday. That's a good one as well. Yeah. There was one that said, see you at my place before the game on Sunday. Signed God. I really liked that one. I thought that was so clever. And outside of church again, the tongue, being a wet place, is apt to slip. And then another church sign, if you think it's hot here, imagine hell. And this one, again outside the church, God shows no favoritism, but our sign guy does. Go Cubs. Oh, Isabel, well done. So you no longer use straws. You just take metal ones and washable. I wash my straws all the time. I think I've used my straws for about a year. I put them in the dishwasher. So isn't that well done, Isabel? You'll be amazed actually at some of the things that changes that we've made in just a couple of months. So that is a huge step. And the whole point, Isabel, you did something, Jody did something, I did something, and I'm certain other people didn't. Other people didn't respond, but this is like, if even 4 people made steps forward, then it was worth doing the broadcast, right? So well done. I'm so proud of you. Another sign outside the church: the best vitamin for a Christian is B1. Or how about, again, outside the church, my way is the highway, God. Or how about my way is the highway? I think I don't think you're not going, are you, Nada? All right. How many of you remember the story of Jonah and the whale? You need to know that's one of the stories in the Bible about Jonah being eaten by a whale, but he actually came back out again. So Again, outside a church, it said, "When down in the mouth, remember Jonah." He came out all right. And again, a church sign that said, "If you're headed in the wrong direction, God allows U-turns." I think these ones from outside a church are priceless. How about this one? This is like, read the Bible. It's user friendly. Plus, we offer tech support here on Sundays. No, that's okay, Nyasha. I understood that you misunderstood what she wrote. I had to think about it twice as well. And then this is also outside a church where it said, "That love your neighbor thing, I meant it." Signed, God. Another church sign. Sign broken. Message inside this Sunday. Oh, how about this one that read, "In the dark, follow the sun." Capital SON. Really cute. Another one that said, "Come on over and bring the kids." Signed, God. Or how about this one? How many of you can relate to those of you who have dogs will understand this one, or those of us who had dogs. God help me be the person my dog thinks I am. So, oh, that's a nice one, Jody. So Jody says, "I saw one outside a church and it said, 'Life is fragile. Handle with prayer.'" Isn't that lovely? Or how about this one? Oh, how will you spend eternity? Smoking or non-smoking? And the sign outside the church that read, "Who's your daddy?" These are all church signs, by the way, and so I don't have to keep saying it. Looking at the way some people live, they ought to obtain eternal fire insurance soon. Or how about yeah, let's be non-smokers. I like that one too. Um, come in and pray today. Beat the Christmas rush. Or come in and let's prepare you for your finals. Yeah, I'm probably thinking about that a bit more. This is cute. Autumn leaves. Jesus doesn't. This is also outside a church, and it said, "Whoever stole our mower, God will get you." That's really pushing it, right? God expects spiritual fruit, not religious nuts. Or this one. Will the road you're on get you to my place? Okay, let's move away from just the church ones. How about outside a New Hampshire car wash? If you can't read this, it's time to wash your car. This is another one of those translation moments. We serve dead shrimp on vegetables with a smile. How many of you have seen smiling vegetables? And another one, church sign came up. I hate this church, signed Satan. This is a bumper sticker that read 60-year-old, one owner, needs parts, make offer. All right, now this is this was outside a tanning salon in England. And it was the name Tan Your White Bits. Tan Your White Bits. Clever. And, in a parking garage, parking can be fun for small cars only. How many of you are going? How many of you have done that? You've probably seen me do it in my vlogs where I will get into a space and I'll go, breathe in, Sal. I don't know why I do that. It's like if I breathe in, maybe my car will too. Do any of you do that? These are two signs that were next to one another. No motorized vehicles, no bikes, and no camping. And next to it, a sign that said caution, heavy traffic. And this one at a crosswalk, a sign that read, blind persons cross here. Not in Braille. This one, it goes under the cute category. Give blood. 8 billion mosquitoes can't be wrong. This is another one for Sharon. Are you ready, Sharon? Let me know when you're ready. It really makes you wonder. Is she still with us? Okay, let me do it anyway. Do not use while in the shower. It was written on a hairdryer. Or the bumper sticker that read, I pretend to work, and they pretend to pay me. This one you got to shake your head at. It's a sign on a mozzarella salad bagel. Keep refrigerated, avoid the fridge. Now this one this one is yeah, Sharon, I was scratching my head as well. Did you get the one about the shower, Sharon? Definitely had your name on it. This one was a broken sign protruding from a building read, "Caution, protruding sign." Oh, the one about the shower? Hang on a second, I've got to go back because it definitely had your name on it. It was on a hairdryer, Sharon, and it said, "Do not use while showering." Have you got that visual? In Provincetown, Massachusetts, there is a sign that reads, oh no, sorry. On the western end of the US Route 6 in California, there is a sign that reads, Provincetown, Massachusetts, 3,205 miles. And by the way, outside a church that read, "Do not wait for the hearse to take you to church." And this one, scratch your head moment as well. Buy one, get one. Okay, now this one you got to think about a bit, people. So just be aware. This was on a meat product that read "Oven Ready Half Wild Rabbit." In a subway, there was a sign that read, "Please do not smile at strangers." Can you believe that they're actually accounting offices run by people called Cook? And they have a slogan, which is "Cook the books." Yeah, which half is wild? Exactly. Right. Another church sign. I wonder if they share them, all around. Staying in bed shouting, "Oh God," does not constitute going to church. All right, Sharon, breathe. This inside a protective bag for some fragile objects, which measures 6 inches by 6 inches by 5 inches. Have you got that picture? 6 inches by 6 inches by 5 inches. Warning, do not climb. Do not climb inside this bag and zip it up. Doing so will cause injury and death. Hi, Becca. 6 inches by 6 inches by 5 inches. All right, let me see something else that you might like. All right. So how about 10-minute walk? 7 if you run a little. All right, Sharon. All right. This is a warning on a child's scooter that reads, "This product moves when used." Okay. How about in a hospital? There was a sign that read, "Visitors, husbands only, one per bed." Or a Venetian blind dealer he had written on his car, "Watch out, blind man driving." Or the sign that read, "Help wanted, must not be dead." And now, how about this one? Kitty found near Crofton Parkway. Pleasant indoor kitty who answers to the name Mustache. If this is your kitty or you know the owner, please call. Or this label that or this label that was found on some silk soy milk. It said, "Shake well, buy often." And under the "I am totally confused" category, a sign on a cycle lane that said, "Cycle lane, except cycles." Or the bumper sticker that reads, "Real men don't waste their hormones growing hair." Or the person with a wild sense of humor who just finished painting a wall and left a sign that said, "Dry paint." How many people touched it to find out? Okay, this one again under really, really, can you believe this? This was in an information booklet and it said, "Do not use if you cannot see clearly enough to read the information in the information booklet." If you can't read, how can you? Now, this one goes under the category, really? Not suitable for children aged 36 months or less. And that warning was on a birthday card for a 1-year-old. The sign outside a car muffler shop said, "No appointment necessary. We'll hear you coming." Okay. Um, uh, later, somebody penciled in, right, where the sign said this elevator is out of whack. Somebody penciled in, more whack is on order. Yeah, it does that every now and then. Okay, so now then, in a restroom, toilet out of order. Please use floor below. It's not what they meant, I'm sure. Which one, Isabel? Good night, Nana. Sleep well. How about at a Wendy's store, there was a sign, in memory of Dave. We'll miss you. Now hiring. In a hotel in China, again, translation issue, no soliciting or whoring prostitutes. Just so you know. At a church, another great church one, under the same management for over 2,000 years. Isn't that cute? Somebody forgot some punctuation here, but this was at a New York nursing home. And for the sick and tired of the Episcopalian Church. Or how about on a medical building, mental health prevention center? Or on a newlywed's car, from here to maternity. Or on the butcher's knife, please keep out of children. And this was a warning that was written somewhere, and it says, warning, this machine takes your money and gives you nothing in return. And underneath it, somebody had written, just like my ex. This is a protest sign. And it said, it's a sad day when our politicians are comical and we have to take our comedians seriously. How many of you relate to this one? I took an IQ test. The results were negative. And another sign in China that reads, dying right here is strictly prohibited. I wonder whether they have a little arrow to show you where you're allowed to do it. Posted on a Boeing 757, fragile, do not drop. This one, Sharon, take a breath. On a box of Rogaine for men, the warning, do not use while pregnant or nursing. And under the are people really that stupid category, on a coffee cup, caution, hot beverages are hot. Somebody with an awesome sense of humor had a sign on their door that said, sorry, we're open. Or how about on a prepaid envelope that read, no postage necessary if mauled in the United States? And with Sharon's name on it. Sharon, are you ready? Here you go. This again was on a hairdryer, just so that you are aware. Warning, do not use while sleeping. All right, now definitely, this one definitely is under the what on earth happened to create this one? This was in a 7-Eleven store, and it said on the door of a 7-Eleven store, 6 students only in the store at one time, please. No backpacks, no large handbags, and no boomerangs. And again, under the really, did nobody read this before they printed it on the door of a restaurant? The sign that said open 7 days a week and weekends. Yeah, these people, I want to tell you, it makes you wonder, right? And this was a sign over a shelf of bananas, Sharon, just so you know. Curved yellow fruit, 40 cents. Yeah, whatever that's called, the curved yellow fruit. I think that's so cute. This on a shampoo bottle. Breathe in, people. On a shampoo bottle. Use repeatedly for severe damage. Now, if any of you have ever driven down the country roads in England, um, this will make a lot more sense than it will do to anybody living in North America. And the reason I say that, the small country roads in England really, are just about wide enough for one car, never mind two. Good night to you, Crystal. Good to see you. And so, and 9 times out of 10, when you drive down those little roads, you are bound to either come across a flock of sheep or cattle in the road, and you have to wait for ages. So I thought this was really cute. This was at the side of a Sussex road in England, and it said, "Slow cattle crossing, no overtaking for the next 100 years." How about the bumper sticker that read, "Husbands should come with instructions"? Crystal from Ohio, from way back. Yes. You remember. Well done. This one, the vision of it alone is worth it. The imagery, all right? This was on a toilet tank somewhere, and it had a sign: any member of staff caught using the cistern to keep beer chilled will face a disciplinary investigation. Or how about the Burger King, who had a notice up on their sign saying, Burger King, now hiring losers? And let us finish with this one. This was a sign on a road, and it said, warning, fasten your bra straps, remove your dentures, very bumpy road. So, everybody, I hope that we caused a smile or two. I hope that some of you actually laughed out loud. And if so, then our mission was accomplished. I'd like to thank Jody, as usual, for being our admin and looking after those sort of things. Right, you're going to feel more relaxed after all this laughing. Well done. And go sort out your ear, Isabel. And by the way, Isabel, let me know so that I can put up a note to tell people you're okay. All right, everybody. So I wish you all a wonderful weekend. And I really hope that this lightened the mood a little bit for you. It's great to see those names come back from out of the blue, and we've had quite a few, as you've said, quite a few people come back recently. We saw Oz last week, which was great, or the week before. And so just continue to do the best you can, to all of you, right? Just keep taking one step at a time. Be patient in growing. Be patient in terms of learning how to be more brave, Isabel, how to deal with people, whatever. Just be patient. It isn't a 10-minute fix. You cannot take a pill for this stuff. You just have to learn it the hard way. And you also don't have to be perfect. So big hugs to you all. Have a fun weekend. Make it a fun weekend. Find things to do that make you laugh. And we will see you on Sunday, where we will just slow down a little and get ourselves ready for the week. This is DearMamaSal saying, this morning we learnt a little, tonight we laugh a little, on Sunday we will calm a little. Look after one another, but as usual, please, 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 remember to look after yourself. Bye-bye for now.